Hi everyone, thanks for listening to all my presentations. Today I'll be talking about snake bites, and specifically I'll be going over prevention and immediate response. So let's go. What are the preventive measures against snake bite? The first and topmost is don't rear any poisonous snake. Don't rear poisonous snakes. Okay? Then try to identify the likely habitat of snakes around you. For example, in swamps, or if you are near the jungle, thick forest area, plantation, be careful. Identify such places as places where you may find a lot of snakes. Consider the presence of snakes nearby before laying down, particularly in the jungle or in an unfamiliar environment. I said unfamiliar environment because if you are on vacation and you're not sure whether the region is harboring a lot of snakes, then you might be in trouble. So it's going to be nice to find out from the local whether snakes are found or not in that place before you have your camping outside in the dark. Look before putting your feet anywhere, and look before probing that hole with your hands. You might be poking your hands into the snake. Put on leather boots that could reach up to the nails. Don't touch a snake and don't confront any snake. Some dead snakes can still be poisonous. Brutality is another example, so be careful. If, unfortunately enough, you are bitten by a snake, what should you do? Don't move around. It's not the time to start running around for safety. Don't move around. Call 911 if you are having the facilities to do that. I mean, phone anything around to do that. But if you can't call 911 or you're in the jungle, no phone services, shout for help from friends or family members. Don't raise the bite area. Keep it below the level of the heart. And don't be too anxious. You can help yourself right now by removing jewelries from that region. Why that? Later on, there could be swelling, and that might be a problem. Okay? You should be placed in a recovery position by the people around, or you yourself lay down in a recovery position. Consider what has happened to be a serious one, but don't be anxious and don't panic. But the reason why I put this down is don't trivialize it. Oh, it's a bite is a bite. No, snake bite should be taken seriously. Still, your immediate reactions will include, if you can, get the exact description of the snake. But if you cannot, don't waste your time looking for the snake. Wrap the entire limb in bandage, or you can apply pressure bandage above the bitten area. You can have sterilized or at least a clean bandage to be used. Transport immediately to the hospital or a care center where help could be obtained. The goal is to give anti-snake venom. Part of immediate reaction should be don't put ice cubes. This is not that something has fallen on your feet, is falling off and you put ice cubes. No. This time, no ice cubes, no wound probing. Don't do that on your own, please. Don't tie tourniquet. No. And don't take non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like Advil, naproxen, Mazidone, and so on. Mark the bite site for observation as per inflammatory process. Still part of the immediate reactions will include preparing the mind of the affected individual for 24-hour admission for observation. Also, we need to let them know that they'll be asked about the history of the bite. That is, when were you bitten? And what have you done before now? Show me where you were bitten. Then the type of the snake. If you can, that'd be great. If not, no problem. You'll also be asked about past medical history. And the reason is we want to know whether you have certain morbidity or comorbidities that could worsen the outcome of this case. Then we'll take history of medication, and someone will ask me, what's your business with the medications that I'm taking? Yes, I have a business. If you have been bitten by a viper, you are likely going to be dealing with thrombocytopenia and bleeding. And if you're on anticoagulant, antiplatelets, or you've been taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs for a long time, then I have a big trouble at hand. We want to know tetanus immunization status so as to be able to help you right now with a booster or not. Physical examination will be done head to toe, and we might hook up the IV fluid line for ringers like it. You might be given blood transfusion depending on whether or not you will need it. So these will be the first things to be done in case anyone is bitten by a snake. Not yet the treatment per se, because the next presentation will be on full treatment of snake bites. And thank you for listening to this very presentation. I will plead that you kindly share this and subscribe to my channel so that by the time I release the full presentation on treatment of snake bite, you might have a copy immediately. Thank you, I appreciate that.